reason why I'm against that, Ben, I get a lot of flack for it, which is I don't want to just sit by on the sidelines and let people do what they want. I know I probably should, but I want to throw my 2 cents in. And my 2 cents is always going to be a warning. And the warning is like, the expediency of now, making the decision that makes you happy now compared to the decision that makes you happy in the future. Just be on the alert. Be cautious about that. Because you might think you're happy with what life is right now, but maybe you're just happy that you're young. Because being young is a pretty happy thing. Your bones don't hurt, your back doesn't hurt, you've got friends. That there's a future coming that you're not quite aware of. And unfortunately, especially for women, really feel for them. They have to make a decision in their 20s and 30s, arguably their happiest time of their lives. They have to make a decision that's going to sacrifice some of that happiness to give them happiness in the future. And what a tough call to have to make. And I fully understand if they don't make that because it doesn't make sense to them. They're, well, I'm happy now. I enjoy working. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy seeing my friends. Why would I throw that away? I get it. But wherever you've lived, if you're 35, if you're 30, wherever you've lived, there is that much time and some left on the back end here. And I'm imploring you to think about what might make that portion of your life a bit better and not just to throw that away because you don't have a limited time. And that's what gets me about our culture and everyone saying, oh, it's their decision. I think they're being psyoped out of like a long-term happiness. And I really feel for them because I think society's tricking them because you have these really dastardly elites who don't want there to be that many people. We know the WF pushed overpopulation as an issue. We know that fertility rates are dropping. There's some powerful people who don't want more humans in the world. They don't like sharing the planet with us. So I feel like they've psyoped young women against motherhood. I think feminism did it. I think some powerful forces are doing it. I think our culture is doing it. I don't know if it's actually going to give them a fulfilling life. And that's what I'm against the psyop of the women to opt out their own fertility. I think that is just madness to me. That's such a self-destructive force out there, right?
Well, you know what's interesting is that sometimes you see, this is just anecdotal, but you see like a lot of women that they've had like, I don't know, relationships where it hasn't worked out, or they've like sort of played the field up until their 30s, and then it seems like there's this mad rush to like find a partner and have a kid. I don't know, I've seen that a little bit, and I'm like, it's really interesting to me because if you're so like, if you spout these ideas all the way up until that point, and then it's a mad rush because you want to have kids, I just feel like that's so disingenuous as well. But this is just my anecdotal observations, you know.
It's almost like they snap out like a trance. Like the 20s were like believing a certain thing, and then once the reality sets in, but also maybe there's a psychological element to that as well. Let's say you are in your teen years, you're finding out who you are, right? You're 20 to 30 years when you finally have some finances, you have a job that you like. You almost like start being happy with who you are as a person. But maybe you just get comfortable and accustomed to that and it stops giving you the same joy. And you hit 30 and go, well, yeah, I enjoy working, but it's gone old. Like I want something new. I want a new adventure, some new excitement in my life. There could be a bit of that at play as well. That wherever your life was, you've gotten kind of bored of it as well. How much travel can you really do? How much, how many bottomless brunches can you really go to? And at some point, do you want to keep living that way? Maybe that's also part of it. It's not like some trick that they're just trying to, hijack a good mate late in the piece. Maybe it's genuine.
Well, I think if like all your friends and stuff start sort of like doing that, then you sort of feel left out and a bit alone.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because if you feel alone at that point and you find other people that don't make you feel alone at that stage, then think about that when everyone's got their kids and they're sort of focused on that and they leave you behind and then you're just alone. Like,
and that happens
it's
too.
just, it's crazy.
Yeah, and look, I had when I was younger, I had two roommates. We had a house together, like we were best mates. God, that was such I look back so fondly on that part of my life, But I accepted that had to end for something better. And some people will try and hold on to that youthful sort of, carefree life and hold on to it for way too long. And the longer you hold on to it, the more you're damaging whatever could come after it. So there's a bit of that too. Like, yeah, okay, having kids would suck. It would suck for a bit. It's a sunk cost fallacy. You have to put a lot of energy into the kids before you get any sort of reward. And if they go bad, you get no reward as well. You just get more stress and heartache. Like, yeah, there's that to it. But I think that the joy you can get on the tail end and the satisfaction and fulfillment you can get on the tail end of seeing your kids become their own people and become successful and all the rest of that, I think that pays tenfold for the effort you need to put in.
100%, especially when you see your nieces and nephews like
Yeah.
playing together, and it's I don't know, it's just something about that where you're like, wow, like, do you really want to miss all of this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just like even
See
when
them
I
at playgrounds and
yeah,
shit. You see them on the monkey
like
bars,
having
like all this
fun
stuff, and like I just smile. I'm like,
and like
yeah,
seeing their
yeah,
aunties and stuff.
yeah.
It's like even me going back and taking my mum to Italy to see her like her siblings and stuff. I was just like, fuck, like this is. Could you really not ever want to see this? Like it's just crazy. I don't know. It's just
And if you ask those people who don't think they want to have kids, and you go, okay, well, what you just put forward is what they can get if they do have kids, and you say, well, tell me, what is it?